Are you ready to enchant and captivate the man you want with every word you speak? I'm Adrienne Everheart. I'm a feminine energy dating and relationship coach. And today in this video, I'm going to teach you exact words and nonverbals that you can begin using right now that is going to enchant and captivate every man you meet. Men will not want to let you out of their sight because they enjoy speaking with you so much and they're feeling something and experiencing something that they really don't get with other women. I'm going to give you a real quick warm up for what this video is about. In the first section, real quick, I cover why men love these nonverbal cues. In the second section, I'm going to cover nonverbal cues. This is body languages. These are things that you can do with your body that really captivate a man. And the third part, which is my most favorite part, is about sounds you can make that really drive a man wild and get him really drawn to you and captivated to you. These are sounds. So make sure you stick around for the last part because I have a lot of fun with that and I have so much to teach you in this video. And I also have my best-selling ebook, 500 Ways to Talk to a Man. I mentioned these in the book, but I've never really made a video specifically for what I'm calling feminine energy shorthand. So in this video, I'm going to teach you that and a whole lot more. Now, if you are new to my channel, please take a moment, hit that subscribe button. Be sure to subscribe to me, don't miss a video, and hit that like button if this video is helpful. And as always, I love to hear from you in the comment section. Here's the big thing you need to know about feminine energy shorthand is that this is about tone and inflection, and there is not a need for complete sentences with men. The first one is simplicity. Men like a very simple and direct form of communication, but one that doesn't challenge them. I am a big fan of decide what you want to say to a man, cut it in half and cut it in half again. So this is a very simple and pure and easy way to communicate with a man. Emotional connection is a big one that's going to happen with a man. And emotional connection doesn't always happen with words. Sometimes it happens with nonverbal cues and ways of communicating that just capture a man's heart in ways that direct words cannot. Having this feminine energy shorthand is going to help you fast track that emotional connection with a man. Feminine energy shorthand is going to do that for you and your relationship with men and really a lot of people in your life. I can't wait to share these with you, so let's get started. I first want to talk about nonverbals. Now, this is something I really go into deeply in my book, 500 Ways to Talk to a Man. But in this video, for fun, I'm going to share some nonverbals with you, and we're going to run through them really quickly, and I'm going to give you some examples about how to use them. Yes, I did study method acting once upon a time, but really you can do this too just by getting in front of your mirror and practicing these yourself and finding your true, playful, inner feminine essence. Remember, this is about coming from an energy space of feeling natural, playful, alluring, and alive. You once felt that way as a little girl, and it's totally okay to feel that way as a grown woman. And guess what? Men just love it. I've certainly taught this one in some other videos, so I'll start with it, and that is the smile and the head tilt. Especially when you're meeting someone new. A brief smile and a head tilt does so much. Also, when you're just listening and communicating with a man, you can very softly lean back into your receiving energy and smile and head tilt and nod, making good eye contact and blinking slowly. I'm going to cover 3 fun ones, which are shrugs, eye rolls, and frowns. You might think of these as more negative ways to communicate, but you can actually really have fun with them and express what you're feeling about something. My favorite is to couple a frown with an oh brother type of attitude, especially if I'm talking about something playful with a man like sports or perhaps even politics. It's just where you get to show your playful side. And here's my version of these. Oh brother. So right there, I did a frown, and I did an eye roll and a little bit of a shrug. I'll do it one more time for you. Oh, brother. So you don't have to say, oh, brother, or oh, whatever. You don't even have to say that word, but it's just a cute way to express that I'm disapproving of this, but I also have a really playful attitude about it. That will capture a man's attention like you wouldn't believe. Now, this next tip has been well documented throughout history. When I was studying communications in university, I read a very fascinating book by an ex-FBI agent. And this was in that book about communicating and really captivating a person's attention. And it's called the eyebrow flash. So if you are speaking to a man and you're really enjoying speaking with him and you want to, again, really capture his heart and attention, try out one of these. So I just gave you a couple variations of eyebrow flashes. And that last one especially is like, oh, hello. Hi, nice to meet you. I'm attracted to you in that way. Eyebrow flash is a really good indicator that sends a signal of attraction and interest. I will tell you, in college, I had a crush on one of my professors. And unfortunately, it was in one of my communications class and he called me out on it. And it made me do a couple of nonverbal things. The first one was I blushed. I don't think very many people can blush on command, but you can pretend that you're blushing or have the energy that you're blushing. This was also about twirling my hair, and I was also kind of swaying in my seat. So here's what I was doing in class that day. So my professor says to me, Adrienne, you are preening your hair. That means you find someone around you attractive. Oh my gosh, did I ever start to blush? And I never touched my hair again out of fear of sending people the wrong message or letting them know that I was actually really attracted to them. However, you can use this in your favor. Now, a good way to feign blushing is just like the little bit of the shrug, apple up your cheeks a little bit. So I'll do that one more time. And if you're talking to a man and you notice you keep doing this a little bit, do it once or twice on purpose, then stop. And that's going to send him a signal, a nonverbal cue that you find him attractive. This last one I use a lot also in my ebook, 500 Ways to Talk to a Man, and a lot of my self-study courses, including Fem Tools for Dating and just communicating with your partner. And that's always having your palms exposed. And whenever you can speak to someone and you're sitting at a table, you can just have your palms resting open, or as much as you can, try to show your hand when you're speaking to someone. And this does send a signal of openness and warmth. And that one is a very subtle one I want you to try. Okay, so this last part is about not really a spoken language. I'll admit you'll find a lot of these words in comic books if you read comics, but they're very short words that express a lot of emotion. And this goes back to how simple men really like to receive communication, and it's how sometimes these shorter words can actually build more connection and have the man feeling more for you than long drawn out sentences about how you feel and things like this. Another secret about this is that the shorter words you use, this actually creates space for the man to pursue you. Now, I want you to practice with some of these and let me know in the comments how they work for you. And again, just pick one or two and start to practice, but later you can come back to this video, you can write these all down, I'll list them below, and you can begin to incorporate them into your communication style. You are moving actually from a more harsh, direct, masculine energy way, and sometimes a lengthy way of communicating, to a shorter, more fun, playful way of communicating that keeps everything very light and warm and playful. And let me tell you, you want to captivate men, this is the way to do it. I'm going to start with my very favorite, which is aw. Aw is one of my favorite words to say in general, and especially when I'm around men. I have noticed men's ears will just go up and they'll tune into me when I say this, and that is aw. And I also sometimes follow it up with, aw, that's so sweet. And there, again, we're expressing that warmth and that genuine, authentic vibe I have about, aw, that's just so sweet. It's the most subtle and succinct way to connect right to someone's heart. So often I will say this and men will go, I know, isn't it? And they'll really connect with me in that moment. Or they get a little dazzled by me saying, oh, that's so sweet. And they just sort of like gaze at me like I'm a magical creature who's connecting and opening my heart right in front of them. Men really love to see a woman experiencing a beautiful emotion. So don't take this one for granted. This next one is my second favorite, and it is the Now, I use this one quite a bit with my husband when he has decided to say or do something that I'm actually not too sure about. And I'm not really on board with it, but I don't want to come right out and just tell him all the reasons why I'm against this. Now, there's a couple of reasons why. Number one, I usually like to take a little more feminine energy time to feel my way through something. Now, if it's a big boundary, a big deal breaker, I waste no time at all telling him I'm not on board with this. But in other times when I'm not so sure, I will, I will give him my best and kind of tilt my head down like I'm thinking about that and it's important. So I'm giving it lots of time to think about. You can also do a very direct where you let a man know, like, I'm actively thinking about what you've said. And that is and you just pause and almost freeze for a second. It's very captivating. If you've ever spoken to someone and they pause out of thin air, it can be a little weird if the pause is too long, but it will absolutely captivate you with that pause. Long pauses have been a thing that speakers have been using for years and years to captivate their audience. I recommend you keep yours a little shorter though. Here's a few more that I'm going to run through pretty quickly. This is one we all know, which is, oh. Now you can use oh. You can use oh so many different ways. You can also use the word wow, such as wow. Like, wow, I'm just bedazzled that you said that. Or wow, really? Wow, that's so cool. Wow, I didn't know that. Wow is a really favorite word of mine. This one is kind of playful. Again, I use this one with my husband sometimes if I'm about to kind of disagree with him about something, or he just says something that just kind of blows my mind. Like earlier today, he actually pet one of my feral cats that I'm helping rehab, and he told me he had petted this kitty on its head, and I went, what? And that's just a really playful way. And he goes, yeah, I did. Instead of saying, wow, that's so amazing, you did such a good job, I can't believe that the cat let you pet, I went, what? And now that creates space for him to tell me his story and connect with me emotionally. And doesn't that capture a lot of emotion? Just that one word I'm using. I'm gonna run through a few more here, and you're just gonna have to kind of pick up on what the words are, but we're gonna have fun with it. Use them, take these from me, practice in front of a mirror, use them on your own, and see how they magically captivate every man and person around you. They also work really good with children, which I think is just an interesting coincidence. Ooh, yikes. Yikes. Oof. 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 Oh. Phew. I love to use that one, especially if I have just received some really important news or that I'm not in trouble with something. Whew. Or phew. I hear people say that one sometimes, and I'm a little bit like, why not just say, oh my God, I'm so glad that didn't happen. But phew will also work when you're in a pinch. Sometimes when men are talking and they're saying something that's kind of like blowing my mind or is interesting, I go, shh, no, shh, really? And just that little bit shows a lot of my shock that I'm having, and it's very playful about what they're saying. You may also find men really like this word, whoa. You can use whoa in a lot of different ways. Your partner says something, they're really on your back suddenly out of the gate about something, whoa. You can say that. You're saying whoa. You can also use it in a way to let a person know, whoa, like, really, whoa, wait a second. Is that really true? You're expressing a little bit of disbelief. And I'm sure some of us grew up watching Blossom, where Joey had his very famous whoa as well. You can see how powerful just one word can be. Now, this last one I'm going to leave you with, men really love to hear this in like a conversation when usually they are speaking. And again, this is about that man pursuing you, and you're using words to let them know, like, I appreciate this, you leaning forward and letting me know these things. And that is, aha. Oh, and that's a aha. You can also use a but the aha, oh, aha. Like, wow, you figured something out. Wow, that's something new to me. Now, as much as you can, make these authentic, but begin to incorporate this sort of playful communication into your dialogue, into the words you say, and it really lets your feminine energy come through in a way the man can understand very quickly, connect to very fast, and build that connection with you that he really can't explain in terms of like, she said these words to me and I feel strongly about her. You will just be spellbinding, captivating, and enchanting to every man you meet. Now, if you want to learn more, I've got my ebook, 500 Ways to Talk to a Man. I also have a free scripting guide gift you can get in the links below. You can find me on my podcast, subscribe to my channel here on YouTube. And also, if you want to coach with me, I have a private coaching community. I'll have the links to that below. All right, sending you lots of love. Let me know how these work for you. Mwah. Bye.